It is high noon on October 13, 2010, and the Wednesday edition of the Daily Journal is upon the streets. Mike Fry here with Colleen Loggins. And Colleen, what dramatic, improbable turnaround in a case involving Brian Dorian, the police officer who was charged with murder last week. He's been cleared. Those charges have been dropped. Now the police are once again looking for the suspect. You can read all about it in the Daily Journal today. You News and Nooners, you can get your 75 cents worth by reading the Daily Journal. Packed with news, and this would be the top story. We talked about this last week, and what should we urge again now that it looks like the killer's still at large, Colleen?
I guess basically the best advice would be to, if you see this guy or see somebody you think may be this guy, don't take action into your own hands. Don't be a vigilante, because it's better and safer if you call the authorities.
Exactly. Don't be like the Clint Eastwood character in the movie Gran Torino. Call the police, okay? Don't try to take matters into your own hands. Speaking about taking matters into your own hands, Ryan Bull Wilder, who runs the Bull's Barbecue restaurant here in Kankakee, with his own two hands, I guess, created something that was quite applauded in the contest last week. What's this all about?
He was actually recently in a barbecue sauce competition, and it was a really prestigious one that he won second place. So he apparently has one of the best sauces in the country. And what I thought was interesting is that he actually uses a little bit of Western dressing in his sauce, and he mixes North Carolina style with Kansas City style sauces. So you guys should probably head over to Bull's and check that out.
Oh, that does sound good. Yeah. My sauce I usually use are like Open Pit and KC Masterpiece. I should probably step up in class, huh, Colleen?
I think you should try to make your own sauce and enter it into a competition.
Okay, we'll maybe do that one of these days. You know, Colleen, for days and even weeks on end, we've had this great weather, but as we look out the window today, a little rain must fall, and it is falling. Dennis Yonka has the details. Here he comes with the weather.
Hi, this is Dennis Yonka, reporter, columnist, and weatherman. And today's AccuWeather forecast says we're going to have a high of 71, but we've got some thunderstorms coming. We'll hit a low of 42 tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be a little bit cooler. We'll only get to 68, but it'll be mostly sunny with a low of 46. Friday we'll have a high of 64 and a low of 41, but it's going to be sunny. So you can see we're in the classified section today. These are the people who clued me in on the Mr. Squiggles story. They saw the ad coming in month after month, and so I wound up writing a story about how dedicated those people were to finding their cat. And then yesterday I got to write the story about how their cat did come home. So today I'm on to more serious things, but here we are in classified. Come in and see them sometime. And right now, we got to get back to the newsroom.
Perfect.
Colleen, we are back, and I know you're quite a reader. Sometimes I'll see you taking your lunch during the break room, and you'll be reading a book while you're eating lunch. So I know you like to read. My livelihood's based on reading. I like to read. So today's Let's Rank Them, all right? So let's rank them. Let's rank our 3 favorite books. You think you can handle it?
I think I can.
Let's do it in ascending order from 3 to 1, beginning with your number 3.
Okay, and I just want to say that these books I came up with maybe 5 minutes ago, so they are subject to change, and they probably won't always be my favorite. But number 3, I would say, are the Harry Potter books. The whole series is fantastic. It was quite popular. I mean, I grew up reading them. I love them. Absolutely love them. Number 2 would be the Seven Waters trilogy. This is something that probably a lot of people haven't heard of, but it's a series of books about basically ancient Ireland, and it involves Druidism, and it kind of involves witchcraft too. It's very good. I recommend it. And then my number 1 would be Lamb by Christopher Moore, and that's actually, he's a satirist, and he writes the story about Jesus Christ and his best friend Biff. Now, again, it's kind of a parody about religion in general, so if you're extremely religious, maybe stay away from this book, but if you can kind of look at religion and take it with a grain of salt, or some beliefs with a grain of salt, then this is probably the book for you, and it's absolutely hysterical. I recommend it. So those are mine.
When it comes to literature, I'm extremely old school, so I go to the classics for my top 3, okay, in ascending order. Number 3, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by the great Mark Twain, a fellow Missourian like me. I debated between Tom Sawyer and Huck, the 2 companion pieces. I identify a little bit more with Huck, though, so Huck's 3. Number 2, The Jungle by Upton Sinclair, the book that exposed the evils of the meatpacking industry in South Chicago, turn of the 20th century, great book. And number 1, it'll always be my number 1. I can't see anything surpassing it. That would be The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, the great American novel. Such compelling characters as Tom Joad, Muley, Rosa Sharon. I love that book.
Your list sounds pretty impressive.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know if some people may not be impressed, but I'm glad you are, okay? That'll do it for the news at noon today. You can subscribe to the Daily Journal by calling 815-937-3322. You can also pick it up at the newsstands. So until tomorrow,
Stay informed and read a good book.
on a rainy day.
On a rainy day.
Forgot to mention about Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, I thought we were getting along, so I just cut it out of there. Kill a Mockingbird's 4.